me waking up a couple hours before work at 8 or 9 and staying up till 9 or 10 to edit and post, and posting at certain times, and taking my lunch break to work out, or taking my lunch break that I would normally have to edit some videos so I could post at a certain time. If I know what it requires. If you clicked on this video, you're in a season of isolation, or you question why you feel like you have to be in a season of isolation. And I question this myself when I'm making the most transformational changes, or when I have made the biggest changes in my life. It wasn't done with a group of people. Anytime that I changed myself or went after something wholeheartedly, I was in a season of isolation, and I may not have even noticed it. I may not have weighed as much thoughts on the fact that I was alone, and I was doing it by myself, and that the sun will rise, the sun will set, and I'm not looking to hang out with anybody. I don't have anybody that I'm in back and forth contact with, on the phone with. They hit me up and saying, hey, we're going out this weekend. How was last weekend? This, that. I don't have that. I don't have people like, hey, let's go out to lunch today. Anytime that I made that biggest change in my life, I was always alone. And I feel like, because of social media and what we see, and how easy it is to get distracted and get in that groupthink mindset to where we feel like we need to be with people that often don't have the same intention or drive toward whatever goals it is that you have. And that's where that's the first really biggest point I want to make with the season of isolation, is that it's necessary because people don't understand why you're going as hard as you are. From a friendship standpoint, relationship standpoint, family standpoint, you can't make somebody understand why you want it that bad. And things are finally starting to click in my own head, where I'm realizing, understanding that I can't make my family, I can't make my parents understand why it is I'm doing what I'm doing on a daily basis, why I have to wake up at a certain time, why I got to be in bed by a certain time, why I can't be on the phone for an hour, 2 hours. Right? And that, again, transitions and bleeds into relationships. My guys, because I'm a guy, I can speak for guys, or I can speak to guys. For their relationship, or whoever it is that you're dating, if they don't understand wholeheartedly why it is you're doing what you're doing on a daily basis, and they're not fully supporting that, it's easy for them, you have a significant other, and then to say, oh yeah, I understand, I support you. It's easy to say that, but when that next day comes, and that next day comes, and the next day comes, and I'm waking up, I'm getting out of the bed 5 or 6 in the morning, are you going to be okay with that? When that late night comes, when 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 o'clock comes, and you wanna watch the third series of a Netflix show, or the third season of whatever show, or the next episode, the next movie. You wanna binge watch Star Wars or Vampire Diaries, right? Unfortunately, a lot of relationships come to a lot of relationships struggle because there's that lack of understanding on either side of the sacrifices that has to be made to accomplish and achieve and reach those goals. There's a lack of understanding of the sacrifices that individual is making. So this is why, again, I say sometimes you have to allow yourself to be in that season of isolation. I know right now, with my life and where I'm at, about to be just graduating college, looking for a full-time position. On top of that, the moment I get me, a bit of free time, I'm on certifications. I'm spending some free time to improve myself, learn more, read more, so I can make more money as it pertains to my career field with certifications, right? Or from a creative standpoint with making videos, right? If I know in my head, like, hey, I have a great potential and chance to, create another couple streams of income if for these next 30, 60, 90 days I stay consistent and upload on a consistent basis. If I know that in order to do that, it requires me waking up a couple hours before work at 8 or 9 and staying up till 9 or 10 to edit and post, and posting at certain times, and taking my lunch break to work out, or taking my lunch break that I would normally have to edit some videos so I could post at a certain time. If I know what it requires. A lot of us, we know what it requires, but we don't have the ability to isolate ourselves from the people or the family members or that girl, or for my ladies, that guy that doesn't understand the time commitment that it takes to get to where you want to be. So this is why I say you have to embrace that season of isolation. When I lost those 40 pounds, I was in a season of isolation, and I didn't even notice it because I was focused on the doing every day. I was focused on just doing. That's all. I didn't care about anything. I didn't think about anything else. I wasn't even thinking about the next day. I would go to sleep fulfilled because I did everything I needed to. Wake up, got to do it again. Day comes to an end, fulfilled. Wake up, got to do it again. Not even counting the days, losing track of the days, because I was in that flow. I was in that flow state. I was doing what I needed to on a consistent basis without the distractions coming in. When over this most recent summer, I was running literally every single day for 60 to 90 days. The first time I came up off of that and I started being less disciplined was when I got out of that isolation. I was happy. I was great. I was perfect. Right? Got out of that isolation. Started dating again. Right? Started not being as cautious of who I was around. And now I allow my environment to change. So with my environment being changed, now the attributes in that environment start to change as well. Now I'm at a bar. Liquor's involved, right? I'm not waking up on time because the night before I was out till 2 p.m., right? And for my guys in college, my people in college, late high school, you'll have those opportunities in times where, people's like, hey, we got this party going on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you might feel like you're missing out on something, and I will say this: enjoy yourself for a period of time, but you have to know when to say when. You have to know when to close all of that out and get back isolated. You have to isolate yourself from these distractions, from these people, and it goes so much deeper than just of isolating yourself from people so that you can get away from that environment. It's not just the environment. It's the negative talk. If you didn't have a phone, right? Because when we talk about isolation, I'm not just talking about just in the physical, right? I'm talking about isolation, point blank, period, complete isolation. So, social media is part of that as well. These phones is part of that as well. It's probably one of the most negative things to happen to our generation. One of the worst things to happen to our generation is these cellular devices, because now our subconscious is constantly feeding into what we're seeing. Now our body is rigged up in a way to where we're addicted now. We're looking for that next notification. So you have to isolate yourself from your phone as well, and the contact that people can, and the devil can bleed through your phone, and by messaging you on Instagram, whatever social media you're on, group chats that you might be in, whatever, right? If you're not isolating yourself from these people, situations, interactions, it's going to be so much easier for that negative thought to come into your head, for that negativity to come into your head. Because once you're in that group chat and somebody says, hey, I see Dante's out here, Dante's doing this, Dante's trying to be like this, I seen this, that, and the third person doing similar videos, and You know, if Dante isn't able to do something a little bit different, then, you know, I don't see how he could break out and make a living off of this. I don't see how he can make this another stream of income, because, you know, I see somebody else doing it, somebody else is doing it, and, you know, he don't look no. All of that stuff that starts coming into your head takes away from the actual process of doing. It takes away from the most important part of any form of change, and that's the action. Those thoughts that creep into your head that tell you and give you any reason as to why you can't, kill it. You have to. You have to kill all of those negative thoughts and interactions with people, in the physical and not. And I'm becoming I'm becoming so great at Xing people and stuff out of my life. I tell somebody straight up, and I'll give you guys a quick story before I go. If somebody is, and it's from a relationship standpoint, somebody's interested in you, my guys, and, you know, you feel like you don't have the time to put toward nurturing that relationship, you might just have to say, hey, be honest with them. Let that person know the type of time that you have throughout the day, what it is you got to go after. But, you know, you got to set those boundaries and let that individual know what it is that you will and won't accept when it comes to your time and how you use it. And if there isn't an understanding there, then don't even waste your time. Don't even waste their time. Like I said, man, I'll give you guys a quick story. I was just in the gym, just at LA Fitness, right? Right before you guys seen this video, I was in there doing the chest and triceps workout. Ended up meeting a dude. His son actually owns a gym in Jacksonville, Florida. You know, I was in there getting some good bench work in, and he came and started talking to me. And the second time I've talked to somebody at LA Fitness, this is a different LA Fitness. Second time I've talked to somebody that was telling me about their third marriage and how they've been in 3 marriages, and, you know, the most important takeaway from that interaction was, and I didn't even have to bring it up, I planned on making this video talking about being a season of isolation. And the biggest takeaway that he told me was, my guys, for you as a guy with women, when it comes to women, you got to put them to the side. As much as I hate to just say it, from my experience, I can't speak for anybody else. From my experience, no matter how much I might try for relationships, friendships, whatever it may be, there will always come a point where your time might be desired more than you're able to give or have the energy to give, because that's something you got to consider too. So it's important that you're conscious of the lack of time that you have and can convey to whoever it is you may be interested in that this is how much time I have, this is what I'm willing to accept, and then go on from there. But for my guys, that your purpose, your goal, whatever accomplishments or achievements it is you're trying to make within whatever span of time it is, it might be 5 years, it might be 6 months, it might be 3 months, it will be so much easier to attain that if you're in a season of isolation. If, as it pertains to relationships, you're single. Because I don't care what anybody says, it is very, very rare for you to find somebody that wholeheartedly understands, specifically in this generation, what it is that you want to go after, why it is you're going after it, and why you're going after it so hard, and then still also to stick around and support you through that. It's not easy to find. So that being said, man, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoy this style of content, please let me know with a like, comment. If you guys want me to stay in the gym a bit more and just get more workout stuff, let me know that too. If you guys want just more talking head videos, let me know that too. And more than likely, I'm still going to do what I want to do anyway. I'm joking, but I'm not. You guys have a good one, man.